So I've just come across an interesting topic and it says what you consume consumes you. And I've just been thinking a lot over the last couple of months in my life, and the big change that I made once was reducing screen time. And now this video isn't just about screen time. It could be anything from screen time to the type of food we eat, to kind of friends we have, the kind of social circles that we end up in. And what kind of effect they have on us and the kind of person that we possibly might become or turn out to be. And so like I say, going back to kind of December 2024, a time in my life where I decided enough was enough and I just wanted better for myself, and I was sick of scrolling on TikTok, on YouTube, on all these social platforms, everyone else living their life, whether it be going out for 5 a.m. runs or getting the life together, productivity and all this kind of stuff that we consume, that you watch and you think, I wish that was me in a way. You know, if things lined up in the right way, that would be me. I was too tired of watching these people do this, and I thought, you know what, enough's enough. It's time for me to just put the phone down, delete the apps. I'm sick of watching everyone else get their life together but me. You know, and that was a time probably between December to around about March, April time, where I really didn't have any social media on my phone at all, and I really didn't really use my phone, and it changed a lot. It changed a lot about how I thought, what I did with my free time, and just it allows your brain. It's like giving your brain in a way I can't describe it because we breathe oxygen obviously, but it's like giving your brain this influx of oxygen to just think clearly and think things through, and not in a bad way. It's not like suddenly all these bad thoughts come in and you're wrestling with them, because a lot of the time we use our phone as a way to get away from our thoughts. But it was just nice, you know. And along with that, I ended up changing my diet, and now I eat whole foods, no sugar. I try and get 10k steps in every day, do my cardio 3-4 times a week. You know, all these different changes. And if I go back to possibly even earlier on in my life, where I would eat junk food, I would scroll for ages and ages on these social apps, go to bed, go to work, scroll, whatever the rinse and repeat might be, there is a difference in the kind of person I am. And now we all know, if we was to compare someone who does sit, eat junk food, doom scroll all day, doesn't really go outside and socialise, and doesn't really have a job, or they only work part-time, whatever the situation might be, doing that versus someone, and this other someone doesn't have to be this kind of wake up at 5 a.m, drink my greens and get an ice bath. They don't have to be that extreme. Just compare that with someone who doesn't really use screen time, doesn't really use social media. They might go out in an evening or in the morning, do a little bit of walking, mainly drink water, eat kind of healthy-ish meals. And again, I'm not going to the extreme and say they've got to be eating no sugar like me or eggs and sourdough. Like, they could just be eating 3 decent meals. There is going to be a big difference there. And one time in my life, when I was kind of maybe 17, 18, I would sort of say, I had friends who obviously were out on the weekend, going out in town and all them kind of things, and I was getting down a relationship, and maybe more towards the age of 20, 21 really, I was thinking, I want to buy a house, I want to do this, X, Y and Z, and my friends haven't got partners, haven't got that interest of buying a house, which is fair enough. Again, different people are at different stages of their life, but that's how I ended up sort of breaking away from them in a way, because what they wanted to do and what I wanted to do were just 2 different things, and that's just a natural collapse. Whereas if I tried to do both, have a relationship, try and buy a house, do all these different goals of mine, and go out, it just wouldn't have happened. And plenty of people have been able to manage both, but it just wouldn't have worked for me. You know, trying to go out on the weekend, trying to keep up with my mates, trying to keep social circles happy and keep them happy and see them this week and see them, and trying to see girlfriends and family members and work full time, and you want a side hustle because you want to work on something and, you know, buy different things, whether it be a car, a house, whatever. It's hard to do, you know. And I felt like if I would have spent more time with them, I would have possibly ended up with maybe going, I don't need to buy a house yet, I don't need to do this yet, what am I doing with a side hustle? Because none of them had a side hustle. What do I need with a side hustle? I don't need one of them. And the things that I truly wanted, I wouldn't have got, because I'm hanging around with people who didn't really want to pursue them same goals or things in life at that point. And now, of course, this isn't a video to say you got to go 180 on your life and start eating healthy, drinking water, going out for walks, doing all this to live your best life. If you want to do that, that is great. You know, I'm trying to live a little bit like that, but I know plenty of people who live a happy life, who've got friends who are completely different to them, who might not eat the healthiest diet in the world, but they've got money coming in, they go on 2 holidays a year. We know them, there is them kind of people out there. I'm just offering a different perspective on it, because I couldn't live that kind of life where I've got friends in a totally different field. I've got a partner who lives a completely different life. Some parts of your life have got to align with you and what you want to do, because if you don't, all these different people, these different aspects want different things than what you want. Friends might pull you in a different direction. A partner might pull you in a different direction. What you eat, again, maybe a little bit extreme, might pull you in a different direction. Again, if you're unhealthy, whatnot, it might pull you into the hospital. It might pull you into places that you don't really want to go, down avenues you don't want to go in life. So it is kind of true, like what you consume consumes you. And it isn't necessarily, like I say, a social media thing, even though that is a big thing. Whatever you're watching online, whatever you're watching daily, what them characters, what them people, what them topics are about could affect how you think. And one way I got out of that, because I just felt like I was in a trap constantly of watching self-improvement content, personal growth content, watching it all thinking that's good. And I'd scroll to the next video, 5 videos later, another self-improvement video, that's good. And that's all it was. There's no effort, there's no action taking place. So the only way I got to action taking place was I just got down the pit enough to go, enough is enough. I need to delete all this because I'm sick of watching everyone else, because you get into that feeling of, you watch someone else get their life together, it kind of makes you feel a little bit productive. If you watch someone else clean their house, you kind of feel like, oh, I know what to do if I was to do it. I don't know, it does make you want to clean yours, but at the same time, you're quite happy watching someone else do it in a way. So constantly consuming, whatever it may be, screen time, friends, ideas, thoughts, whatever paths in life they want to go in, different things, that kind of drags your attention outwards from what you want to be doing. And like I say, to be honest, most of the people around me right now, whether it be family, relationship partner, or anything like that, they don't really have the same aspirations and goals as me. But I've got to a place where I don't really go too far into their life, whether it be, let's say family, let's say my sisters, for example, they don't live a life where it's like 10k steps, gym, eating clean, no sugar, and buying a house and drive. It might be, again, the girls could be completely different, but they don't live, and I just don't get too involved in their lives, too involved in their way. Because say if I was start spending time with them every single day, I might start going, oh, you know what, I could have the odd donut. I could anyway. I could have the odd donut. Oh, you know what, I could get a better car. I could do this. I take my focus away from what I want the focus to be. And now this isn't a video to say be lonely, don't have anyone around you. Again, it is that kind of thing of who surrounds you, and what, again, the topic of the video, what you consume is what consumes you, because over time it will start eating away at you. And again, it's not that thing of push these people out your life completely, because I would never advocate for that, because it's nice to have friends with different views and not everyone the same. It is nice, but the only way I found a balance with it was kind of keeping them either at arm's length or just enough where you have a bit of your own time and you can tolerate that bit of time of something different, but it doesn't take over your life. It's hard, and it's trying to find a balance in life is very hard, but I think once you do, you'll be all right.